Good evening. My name is Jessie Lindsay, and today I would like to speak with you about an ongoing issue that we can no longer ignore. I think this time of year is perfect for this specific conversation. It's something that everyone thinks about or at least sees at some point. We all think something like this could never be us, but it can be us. In 2017, they estimate another 900 people will be affected, bringing the grand total to 11,600, says Vernal Coleman, a staff reporter for the Seattle Times. Right now, there are 10,000 people living on the streets in Seattle, King County area alone. For many, being homeless was not a choice. Some people have had maybe a death in the family. Others, maybe someone lost their job. Maybe someone lost a spouse. Maybe their financial situation was good and things just went bad for many, many reasons. Not everyone chooses to end up living on the street. Right now, we do not have enough affordable housing for the amount of people that we have living on the street that need help. We do have some programs. We have some grant programs, but it's not enough. We have programs such as Section 8 housing, HUD housing, hotel vouchers. We have tent cities. None of these are a permanent solution. None of these are long-term housing that will last. A lot of these have a time limit, and the time limit is not enough time for someone to become stable. From living on the street to being in a home for a week isn't going to be a solution. We must find a solution to this crisis. By passing the Homeless Housing and Assistance Act, we can expand affordable housing to thousands of people instead of just hundreds. If this passes, we can build what's called maybe tiny houses. There's a program that's called Tiny Houses for the Homeless. These are small housing units, almost like something you would see in an orchard that the orchard pickers would stay in. It's just a small unit, probably the size of even some of our storage sheds, but to this is a permanent roof for these people. They build these villages, and there can be hundreds of these small houses, and there can be up to 3 people in them. So we're talking about families, a mom and a dad and 1 or 2 children. This could be a permanent housing solution for them as long as they need it. And when they're ready, they can move on. But this is something that is permanent versus some of the other programs I talked about before. There's also co-living shared housing. These are huge apartment buildings that have units. They do not have their own restrooms. They do not have their own kitchen areas. They do not have their own laundry facilities. These are basically almost like a studio without those things, but there is a kitchen area, there is restrooms, there is laundry facilities. These are shared, depending on the program, but these, again, is, just one area. Usually it can fit 3 to 4 people. So this, again, is a family that could fit there, not just one person. They provide all kinds of assistance for these people to get jobs, get on their feet, and there is no time limit. This is something that, some people may need to stay in forever depending on who it is, possibly a veteran, someone who's disabled, but these housing programs are proven to work. They have been around in some other cities and states for a long time, and they have really cleaned up their streets, not only with just the homeless, but with people that have addiction issues as well. You know, you would be surprised what housing can do for someone, especially someone who hasn't had it in a long time. So my request tonight is that when this vote does come around for the Homeless Housing and Assistance Act, I am asking you to vote yes. This is something our city desperately needs. This is something our state desperately needs. This is a crisis. These tent camps are not a permanent solution. I don't know about you, if you've driven past any of them. They don't look like someplace I want to be. They don't look like someplace that is a permanent house that I would want to have my family in. And some of these people are forced to be in these places because there's just not enough funding available for these people to go into housing, have a home, something that is stable, that's not going to be pulled right out from under them. These people need this. I ask you guys today to just get involved. Reach out to your representatives. We have a new governor now. She seems like she's going to be great. Reach out, write a letter, make donations. It's not just voting. There's many things you can do to help with this crisis. And I'm asking you today for all of us to come together and really tackle this issue, because it's not going to get any better until we fix it. So let's do this together. Come with me. I have some information that I'm going to leave on the bottom of this page for everyone to find a way to get involved. Sitting back and not doing anything is not a solution. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I hope that in one way or another, you help. Do what you would want someone to do for you. Thank you. Good night.